My one word for the Giants is the Falcons.
That's awesome. Why would you want a Kirk Cousins jersey?
Fine, Brady.
I'll get you a Kirk Cousins jersey.
Hey everyone, my name is Aiden Thomas. This is my dad, Wade. And today we're going to be going over our Week 3 score predictions. We will be doing straight up, against the spread, and our score. We will be only saying one word for the team, our losing team or our winning team, or you can do both.
Yeah. To explain why we made the pick.
Going from our earlier games to our late games.
Yeah. So per matchup, Aiden's going to make his pick and then give a one word of why he's making that pick. One word for the winning team and or one word for the losing team. So you can say a max of 2 words. It'll make sense as we go.
First game, Panthers at Texans. Panthers are 8-point favorites. I picked the Panthers straight up, but I picked the Texans against the spread. My score was 24-17 Panthers.
And what is your one word?
My one word for the Panthers is offense. My one word for the Texans is their defense.
That's not very creative at all.
I don't really...
I know, it's tough. Okay, no, that's fine. A lot of the answers are going to be something simple like that, like offense, defense, if it's that obvious. Sometimes it might be a player. Sometimes it could be a coach. All right, I also picked the Panthers to win straight up, but I also picked the Panthers to cover the spread. They were 8-point favorites. I picked them to win 28-13, and my one word for that is surprising. The Panthers have been surprising. All right, the next matchup is the Washington football team. They are 7.5-point dogs to the Bills. And I'll start with mine here on this one. I did pick the Bills to win straight up, but I think it's going to be a little closer game because of the Washington defense, and I think Josh Allen's going to make some mistakes. I shouldn't have said all that because I'm violating our rule. I can't do that. Scratch everything I just said. It was habit. Sorry. I picked the Bills to win straight up. I picked football team to cover. Final score 23-17. And my one word for why they're going to win and why that's going to be close is Josh Allen. That's 2 words, but one name. Same thing. Your turn.
Alrighty. I have the Bills winning straight up and the Bills covering the spread. I have the score going 27-17. My one word for the Bills is Stephon Diggs. And my one word for the football team is QB. Yeah.
So to clarify, our one word for the winning team is the word that is the reason we think they'll win, or one major reason we think they win. The one word for the losing team is one major reason we think they will lose. Okay. Kick us off to game 3.
Our third game is the Bears at the Browns. Browns are 7-point favorites. I picked the Browns to win straight up. And I had the Bears covering the spread. My score is 27-23.
One word for the Browns.
My one word for the Browns is their defense.
One word for why the Bears are going to lose. Their offense.
Their offense. I mean, that's fine.
Controversy.
QB.
Yeah.
QB again.
All right. I also picked the Browns to win straight up, and I picked the Browns to cover the spread of 7 points. It's a lot, especially with the Bears being a good... God, I can't talk. I got to stop explaining my answer. Okay, Browns are going to win straight up. Browns are going to cover the spread, 24-13. The one reason the Browns are going to win is run game. The one reason the Bears are going to keep it close, defense. All right, next game up, Ravens. They are 8-point favorites at Detroit playing the Lions. I will kick this one off, and we actually pretty much almost identical on these picks, but I picked the Ravens to win straight up, and I picked the Ravens to cover with a score of 30-20. My one word for the Ravens offense is, my one word for the Ravens winning is Jackson, and the one word for the Lions losing is identity.
Okay.
Or lack thereof.
I had the Ravens winning straight up and covered the spread. I had the score going 34-20, just a bit of a difference. My one word for the Ravens is running, I guess, with Lamar. Okay. And my one word for the Lions is defense. Next game, Colts at Tennessee playing the Titans. Titans are 5.5-point favorites. I had the Titans winning straight up, but the Colts covering the spread. Score was 29-26.
One word for the Colts.
One word for the Colts losing.
I'm sorry. One word for the Titans. That's your winning team.
My one word for the Titans winning is Henry.
Okay. One word for the Colts.
My one word for the Colts, I'm going to have to say...
And it could be a reason that
wide
they lose.
Wide receiver core.
Yeah, it could be a reason they lose or a reason they lose but keep it close, whatever.
Say wide receiver core.
All right. I picked the Titans to win straight up. But I also, like Aiden, picked the Colts to cover the 5.5 point spread. I picked a score of 24-20, so another pretty close one. Mm-hmm. My one word for the Titans is Henry. And my one word for the Colts is actually defense. Hasn't been good.
Expected it to be top 10?
Yep. All right, next game on the list is the Chargers at the Chiefs. I'm hoping the Chiefs have a bit bounce back game here. But anyways, Chiefs are 6.5 point favorites at home versus the Chargers. I picked the Chiefs to win straight up, and I'm tired of them not covering the spread. So I'm picking the Chargers to cover the spread with a final score of 31-27. I'm picking the Chiefs. Bounce back. And Chargers, inconsistent.
Okay. I have the Chiefs winning straight up and the Chiefs covering the spread. I have the score going 31-24.
I like yours a little bit better.
Okay. My one word for the Chiefs is offense, or Mahomes, I guess. And my one word for the Chargers is probably inconsistent as well. Okay. Next game, Saints at New England, playing the Patriots. Patriots.
3-point favorite.
3-point favorite, man. I have the Patriots winning, and I have the Patriots covering the spread. I have the score going 27-21.
Word for the Patriots.
Jones.
Okay. Word for the Saints.
Inconsistent.
I also picked the Patriots to cover and win with a final score of 33-20. My one word for the Pats, playing against old Jameis, is easy, and that is Belichick. He's going to light him up. And my one word for why I think the Saints are not going to cover is Jameis.
Okay.
Which one is the real Jameis? That's what we got to find out. Next game, Falcons at the Giants. Giants are 3-point favorites at home, which really means that Vegas sees this game as a push. Giants are getting 3 points because they're at home. So it's really a kind of a coin flip game in Vegas's eyes. And it happens to be a coin flip game for us because we both picked the opposite here. I picked Falcons to win straight up. I also picked the Falcons to cover the spread. Final score of 27-20. I picked the Falcons because they're due. And I picked Giants to lose because never good.
That's 3.
Offense.
There you go. I have the Giants winning and Giants covering the spread with a score of 28-23. My one word for the Giants is the Falcons.
That's awesome.
My one word for the Falcons is Falcons.
Okay, good.
Okay, here we go. Next game is the
I actually want to change my pick because of that.
My next game is Bengals at Steelers. Steelers are 3-point favorites. I have the Steelers winning straight up and Steelers covering the spread with a score of 27-20. My one word for the Steelers is defense. Or Minka Fitzpatrick. That's 2. Anyways. My one word for the Bengals.
You know, it could be one phrase. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need a couple words to say a phrase,
Okay,
which is
defense sucks. There we go.
That's not what I meant. I meant for your Bengals.
Okay, defense. That's why they're going to lose.
All right. I also picked the Steelers, and I picked the Steelers straight up and against the spread. I have them winning 20-10. And I think Bengals are going to be lucky to score 10, personally. Reason for picking the Steelers, defense. Reason to pick Bengals losing this game is Burrow struggling. They're not going to score points here. Okay. I just don't see it. All right, next game is Cardinals, 7.5-point favorites at Jacksonville Jaguars. I picked the Cardinals straight up in this game. I also picked them against the spread with a final score of 33-17. My one word, for the Cardinals is got to be Murray, Kyler Murray. Forgot his name for a sec. And then my one word for the Jaguars is got to be Lawrence.
Okay, I have the Cardinals winning straight up and covering the spread with a score of 35-23. My one word for the Falcons is nuke.
The Falcons aren't in this game.
Restart that. I have the Cardinals winning and covering the spread with a score of 20.
I mean, that's cool, bro, but the Falcons are playing this game. The fact that you picked Falcons as your one word in a game that they're not even playing in is awesome. Falcons just cause everyone to lose. That's awesome.
Okay, I have a score going 35-23. My one word for the Falcons. Oh my gosh!
It's the Cardinals. It's a different bird.
Okay. My one word for the Cardinals is nuke.
Okay.
My one word for the Jags is Lawrence.
All right, next game.
No more
Let's get away from the
Falcons.
birds. So now we're going to something else that flies.
Jets at the Broncos. Broncos are 10-point favorites. I have the Broncos winning straight up and covering the spread with a score.
So time out real quick. Doesn't that seem like a lot of points for the Broncos? If you would have told me in any game this year the Broncos would be 10-point favorites, I'd have been like, no.
Okay.
I probably would have said maybe if they're playing the Jets. But and here we are.
Yep. I have them going 23-7. I hope. Can't say that.
Winning 23-7.
Okay, my one word for the Broncos is Jets. My other word for the Jets is the Jets.
Yeah, pretty similar to the Falcons. I get
7
you there.
points. That makes sense.
I also picked the Broncos, and even though I was just making fun of the fact that 10 points is a lot, I also picked the Broncos to cover the spread, 27-13. I would say my one word for the Broncos is Teddy. Good fit. And then my one word for the Jets is like minor leagues.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean
Wilson.
Yeah, I don't. They're just not good. Next game up is Dolphins and Raiders. Raiders are 4-point favorites at home. I thought this one would be bigger. I did, but I picked the Raiders to win straight up. Raiders against the spread, 26-17. And my word for the Raiders is deep ball. The deep ball is working. One word for the Dolphins is I don't know who's playing. They just keep losing players. So, I don't know.
Injuries.
Yep.
You said that. Okay, I picked the Raiders to win and the Raiders to cover the spread. I have a score of 24-14.
Almost the same again.
Yep, and my one word for the Raiders is car. My one word for the Dolphins, injuries or defense, I'd say. Okay, moving on to our next game. Bucks at the Rams. Bucks are 1.5-point favorites. These next two games are really hard for me.
Yeah, they're tough.
I had the Bucks winning straight up and Bucks covering the spread with a score of 27-24.
One word for the Bucks.
One word for the
Don't
Bucks.
even say Brady, or you have to leave.
All around.
Yes. All the talent around him. Is that what you mean? Because that is accurate.
I mean all around, including Brady.
That's accurate.
All around. They're all good.
Fine. One word for why the Rams are losing. Don't say Brady.
Running game.
Okay. I got to disagree with him. Bucks are last or second to last in running. Rams are better in running. Anyways. That's not what we're supposed to do in this video. Okay, my turn. Aiden might very well be right on this one. I could have went either way, but I went with the Rams straight up, and I picked the... Yeah, I did.
No, I'm just saying you're
and
wrong.
I picked the Rams against the spread, obviously, because they won. I picked a game of 30-27. I'm going to... my one word for the Rams is... It's not a good sign. I can't really explain why. You know what? Screw it. Stafford. Stafford's better.
Wow.
He's better than Brady. I don't care.
I think that's major cap.
Maybe. But my one word for the Bucks losing is defense. Defense is going to lose in this game.
Okay.
Next game up, another tough one. Seahawks and Vikings. Seahawks are 1.5 point favorites against the Vikings. I picked the Seahawks straight up, and I picked the Seahawks to cover the spread. 31-20. Seahawks, major bounce back game.
I have the Vikings winning and covering this. Well, I mean, of course. 33-31. My one word for the Vikings. Cook. My one word for the Seahawks. Run defense. I don't know
It's not one word. And when you say cook, Russell cooks. Russell cooks too. Just remember that.
Dalvin Cook.
No.
D. Cook.
You let Russ cook.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Bad word. You used the wrong analogy because you got to let Russ cook. And he's going to cook.
Dalvin.
All right. Last game.
Gotta buy me a Kirk Cousins jersey.
Why would you want a Kirk Cousins jersey?
Fine, Brady.
I'll get you a Kirk Cousins jersey.
Okay.
Why would you possibly want a Brady jersey in this household?
Because they're gonna win.
Dude, you better stop talking right now. We're going to cancel this channel.
On to our final Monday night football game. Is it Packers again?
Yeah.
Okay. Packers at 49ers.
Oh,
Packers
wait.
Second in
No, it's not. I missed a game. It's Sunday night, though. Sunday night game is Packers 49ers.
Okay, Sunday night game is Packers at 49ers. 49ers are 3.5 point favorites. I picked the Packers to cover the spread, 31-27. My one word for the Packers is Rodgers bounce back. Or coming back, I guess. There's too many words.
49ers?
One word for the 49ers. It's going to have to be Garoppolo. I just don't.
Yeah, I also picked the Packers to win and straight up. I mean, straight up and against the spread, 23-17. Pretty close game. But one word for the Packers, revenge. One word for the 49ers, offensive firepower.
That makes sense.
I don't know if they can keep up.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I already have
I accidentally left off the Monday night game here on our little cheat sheet here. But the Monday night game is Eagles at the Cowboys. Cowboys are 4-point favorites at home. Aiden, go ahead.
Okay. I already have my picks. But I have the Cowboys winning 30-17. One word for the Cowboys, Dak.
I'm going to go ahead and do this on the fly, too. I'm going to pick the Cowboys straight up, and I'm also going to pick the Cowboys to cover 38-30, high-scoring game. One reason I think the Cowboys are going to win is offensive firepower. The reason I think the Eagles will sort of keep it close in a losing effort is Cowboys defense. So 38-30, that's where we're at. So as a recap, last week, Week 2 results, if you haven't seen our other video, Aiden went 11-4 against the straight up for 73% pick percentage, which is good, and 9-6 against the spread. I went 12-3 against straight up, which was a good week, and then 9-6 as well against the spread. So tune in for the next video, and we'll see how we did this week, see if we do any better and do any worse. I think we did pretty good last week, though.
I do think we did pretty good for our first prediction.
This week's tougher, I think.
I do think this week has... I think some games are really easy, but then the harder games are so hard to pick.
Yeah, that's the difference. It's like top heavy. Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say? Go Chiefs.
Go Brady. End of the video.
He's just screwing with me. He doesn't like him. We're done.